All right, hey there, small town America. You know, again to Scott Mendes, you just never know what you're going to get us into. And so apparently today, everybody's gathering up here at the tracks. You can see all the horses going on, trailers going everywhere. We're actually going to be doing a cattle drive to kick off Frontier Days for the Weatherford Sheriff's Posse Rodeo. So this Saturday morning, we're just gathering everybody around. Everybody's going to do it. We're going to gather up some cows, and we're going to be taking them to the Sheriff's Posse grounds. So stay tuned. Our Heritage Series kicking off.
Here. You're on TV.
Hello. Hello, world. Good morning.
Absolutely.
So, Scott, what are you going to have Joe doing today? Or, Joe, what are you going to have Scott doing today?
Well, I'm going to have Scott doing everything because I'm going to the house. I ate breakfast and I shook hands. Good to see you, sir.
Well, we could sit here for hours with this guy, but he's probably going to go shoe about 10 head of horses today, and he'll pick up with us probably here tonight at the parade. But Joe, how's life been treating you?
Been good.
Awesome.
Been good, yeah.
Been watching all the kids and grandkids. Man, you stay busy, huh?
I enjoy the kids. I do.
So what's life after not crawling on the back of them big old Bramers anymore?
Well, it's been a while since I quit riding bulls. So, but I was forced into retirement because I had a bull break both my arms and 12 ribs, and I thought just putting him on a trailer. And I still raise a few bucking bulls and break lots of colts and don't shoe as many horses as I used to, but still trim a lot. And I got a 7-year-old little boy and I play with him most of the time. So that's what I do.
So Joe's son McKinnon rodeoed a little bit after me. And Joe, we're doing a series on our heritage and our country, reconnecting after everything that went on in 2020, and that's kind of what we're filming today. We want to come together as a community and endorse the Parker County Sheriff's Posse Rodeo, the history, the cattle drive, the parade, the Bulls Night Out. As we do that this week, we just want to document what we're doing. What does that mean to you as a rodeo cowboy to continue to support our pro rodeo committee here locally in Weatherford?
Well, they do a good job, and I don't have that much to do with it. I still just buy a ticket and go watch the rodeo. So I'm more, Mineral Wells just had their rodeo, and they're a big crowd. Biggest crowd I've seen there in years. And Weatherford does a really good job, lots of enthusiastic people. The Parker County Sheriff Posse is a very large event. And organization, I should say, but they try hard.
So before we go, and thank you for your time this morning, talk a little bit about our country and our heritage as cowboy. You think we need to continue to instill that to the next generation? How important is that?
I think that the cowboys will be in America forever. It's just a part of American heritage, but you have to raise those kids up. You got to get them around horses. You got to get them to rope. You got to get them around animals and spend time with them. So
absolutely,
that's kind of where it comes from. And a few of them will go on and ride bulls, but them bulls got to right now.
Oh, come on, watching. Joe, don't lie to that camera. You know, we rode 018, Pacific Belle, 183
but we
Ricky.
Didn't ride them. We got on
well,
them.
They don't ride Bushwhacker either, so you know.
They didn't ride him very much, but yeah,
coming from a guy that's been to the NFR some 15 different times, five times. Well, yeah. Together 10 times standing here, but. Well, Joe, thank you for what you do in our community and what you stood for in your illustrious, long career, and always being a great patriot for America and our country.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time this morning, brother.
Yep. Good to see you.
Stay tuned. More exciting action coming. Good morning, guys. Chasing the sun. Glad to be with you on Small Town America once again. A lot going on this time of year. We're getting ready to kick off the Weatherford Pro Rodeo, Parker County Sheriff's Posse Arena. Today is Saturday. We're going to do the open ceremonies with the cattle drive as well as the parade tonight. They've got entertainment every night. I believe Bulls Nights Out is the bull riders only will be participating on Tuesday. We've got the exceptional rodeo. Lots happening this week, but we're glad that you could be with us, and we're getting ready to go ahead and bring these cows and steers into the Sheriff's Posse Fairgrounds. So stay tuned, a lot of good interviews coming up throughout the day. God bless.
Hey there, Small Town America. You know, we're doing this cattle drive today, and just as we're going down the road here, I just can't help but think our heritage. Our heritage was this is the way people used to commute back to town, to schools, just out on the road. But the other thing about it is just today, just being able to get out here, breathe the fresh air, see the countryside at a pace. That's something I think that we've gotten away from here in America, is we're just the hurry up and get it done, or the hurry up. And a little bit about the Western culture is, let's pace things. Let's take our time. Let's enjoy it. Just being able to take the time and see the countryside, just full of nature, being out to what God's made. So I hope you enjoy what we have in store for the rest of the day.
Told him we're at the Cleburne Bull Ride, and I believe it's about 5,000 in it. He shows up, nobody knows who he is. He's got pink chaps on with silver fringe, and we are laughing at him.
Hey, I wanted pink today. Look.
And it says NFR Kid on the chaps. And I'm like, NFR Kid? Ha! NFR Kid. What kind of guy is this? He goes out, he marks like a 92 on a bull and wins the $5,000. And I said, I guess he is the NFR Kid.
Back in the day.
What year was that? You were 18?
Yeah, that would have been in the summer of 87.
87.
Yep. So almost 10 years before the championship.
10 years before the championship.
The NFR Kid.
And you never ever left your gear bag around Scott Mendes if it was raining.
Yeah.
I was in Bandera, well, several times. But one time in Bandera, the mud was about 2 foot thick in the arena. And I'm sitting there, and I got a good bull. I'm ready to get on him. I'm excited. Money bull. I go to get Scott was up in the first go. I was up in the second. I go to get my bull rope, and it's hanging neatly. My bull rope, my vest, my chaps, they're all hanging neatly, covered in mud.
Hey, I had to save mine. I was up at 2 more that week.
He admitted it, though. He admitted it.
He's honest about it.
And he was honest about it.
He just needed to help break it in. I accommodated that.
He did. He helped break it in.
Right.
And if you had a good bull rope, you never went around Scott with it. Scott was a bull rope changer.
Connoisseur
of bull ropes. If you had one that was built right, Scotty would find out about it, and he would trade you out of it no matter what. He was a bull rope trading fool. He'd have like 5 or 6 in his bag. You like this one? You like this one? This is a nice one. He probably got 2 ropes out of me. And his brother was the same way. They never rode in the same rope more than probably 5 times.
Till we got to the big show, we'd have to crack out.
That's right.
I guess this is a break point. Hope you're enjoying today's footage. This is where all the committee kind of stop the cows for a minute, let everybody water, use the restroom, and rehydrate a little bit. So hope you're enjoying yourself.
It'll be the white shirts first, then the cattle, then the wagons, and then the riders. Hey, everybody good?
Oh, I got
All right,
saddle
here we go.
sores. Just like they used to do in the olden days, keeping the American cowboy history alive.
Scott, you know, we talk about our heritage and all of that. You know, the Chisholm Trail, Charles Goodnight, and those guys, they would take thousands of head, but it was only like 12 cowboys, and we'd take them for miles. So, it's kind of an honor for the community to kind of come together and be a part of this, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like we said, keeping the heritage and the history alive. And, you know, back in those days, we wouldn't be riding on asphalt roads. And heck, they had 12 guys that they did the work of probably 200 and hitting bad weather. And the time and the conditions that they did that in back then were simply amazing. And of course, they were heading to Dodge City and get everything loaded up on the rail cars and head it to New York and back to San Francisco. So yeah, it's just a great day to be out here and watching all the community come together and support our local pro rodeo. So it's a true blessing.
Hey, what's your name?
Waylon?
Waylon? Yeah, is this your first cattle drive?
Yes.
It is? What are you doing today? Are you having a good time? What's it mean to actually be back here and herd these cows in?
Exciting.
You have to talk loud.
Huh?
Exciting.
You're excited? Yeah, well, we hadn't even got into town yet. There's supposed to be like people lining the streets and all of that. That's going to be wild to actually bring us in and be a part of the Frontier Days this week. Yeah. What's it feel like to being a cowboy and being able to get out here and get on your horse today and herd these cows in?
I don't know.
You don't know? This is something that you just was living to do today.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, hey there, small town America. You know, today is probably one of the only times I haven't done an episode without my American flag shirt. But I got to tell you, as I'm riding along here, and you just saw my picture, look at this guy right here. What's your name?
Johnny.
Johnny, and you said you feel like Johnny Freedom when you wear that.
That's right, I do. My aunt made this for me last year, and I feel like Johnny Freedom when I wear it. You know the song?
Yeah.
You know the song, Johnny Freedom?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we love your shirt. You know, we're small town America. We go all over the small towns, finding the people and places that make this nation great. And I always have my American flag shirt on. I was like, oh, I don't have it today, but you're going to cover it for me. You've got it all covered. We want to thank your aunt. Man, that's great. Does she have a shop or anything?
No, she
she just loves doing it.
Yep.
Well, she does awesome work. What's her name?
Johnny Dyer.
All right, Johnny Dyer.
Yeah.
Johnny Freedom.
Johnny Freedom.
Fun day.
God bless America again.
You know, it's not part of the tradition. The two more important characters on a cattle drive, like Trail Posse and Chuck Wagon.
Yeah, that chuck wagon was real important. They called him Cookie, just kind of a Hollywood name, I imagine. But, you know, he fed the cowboys. There's a lot of stories of how he would, you know, kind of minister to them and keep them in good health and doctor them up and make sure the supplies were there. He'd be up first in the morning while the guys are wrangling their colts. They would ride that day. But you're exactly right. The chuck wagon was a vital part of any cattle drive back in the day and still is today. My friend here from the committee was just telling me how he's riding a little bit flank here and in an outpost position, and there's probably a reason why those horses attached to those harnesses need to be familiar with what's around them. So
right. It's just kind of giving them a little bit of a safety net so they don't break and run.
Absolutely.
Right. And also probably, I guess, to set a pace.
Might be. Yep.
With the wagon.
Yeah, absolutely. You jump right in here, boss. Look in that camera. Tell us what you're doing.
I'm just staying back, kind of quartered to the horse, so I can reach the halter that's tied to the back of the rigging here in case they break. In case they break out, I can catch them. I can either get in front of them with my horse and slow them down, or grab the dally it, stop them.
Well, growing up, when I watched Gene Autry and Roy Rogers, that guy just kind of jumped on the back and did that. Are you planning on doing that if we have to breakaway?
No, sir.
If need be, we'll do what we got to do to get this trail in.
I didn't know that. I saw it on TV. There's so much.
Well,
I mean, safety when you're doing this, because you've got the community here, and it's great to see the community come out and be a part of it. So you know, you just want to take all safety precautions as you can.
Yeah, and keep our guard up.
Yeah, and our country's really in a situation where we need to keep imparting those heritage and those values, and there's nothing like riding all day on a cattle drive and being able to think about, you know, what position you're in life and coming through that. So you're exactly right. This is a very, very important thing that we're doing today.
Well, and it's, I guess, you know, and we're trying to preserve our heritage, and we talk about that. And just as we were talking with the branding, everybody has a job to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody is, and it's all part of coming together, and if everybody's doing their job, this ends up being a successful event, and we come back and do it again year after year after year.
Absolutely, and you're exactly right. You know, you're dealing with livestock and cattle and wagons. You know, somebody could get hurt if there's a wreck that's going to break out. Things could get western, and we pray that it doesn't, and it hasn't for many years doing this here in Parker County. But you got to always be teachable, be wise, and stay in your lane.
Right, but and it's also, you know, we're interviewing the young cowboys and cowgirls that are along with us. This is a teachable moment for them, so they're learning. Hey, this is where I need to be.
Absolutely, you're exactly right. It's really a community. It's unity and safety, and just really working on your horse. As you know, everybody's got horses here that probably been, you know, fed all winter and need to be rode, and it's a good place to do it.
Right, right. Well, and it's all
hey, there's small town America. So, you know, it's one thing that we actually kind of get the road and get in the truck and we come out to these cattle drives, but look at these guys that actually let us get right up in here with them. And we're driving these cows all the way into the Sheriff's Posse grounds, kicking off Frontier Days week with the rodeo and everything going on, and we're just having the cattle drive. So stay tuned for more as we continue down the road.
There's a boys ranch at
No, sir.
How many have you been on?
This will be my 5th, I think.
The 5th one? What does it mean to actually be up here riding with the cows?
I don't know. But
It's just after 5 of them. It's just a thing, you know.
I don't know.
I don't know what you're doing, but I ain't going up that hill. Hey, so here we go. Hey, so Sky.
Yeah.
Just as I'm riding here filming this like this. So you know, one of the most iconic herding deals is Lonesome Dove. They had that whole lightning scene when that lightning hits and all the horns light up.
Absolutely.
Have you seen that happen?
Yeah, absolutely. When I was a kid pushing Mustangs off the mountain in Nevada on my dad's leaf, we had a Paiute Indian get hit. Lightning hit the top of his ball cap, went all the way through his toes on his stirrups.
Right.
So yes, I've seen lightning strike.
Oh, got you one, Scott. Hey.
Right back after this commercial break.
So, but you know, like I was saying, that iconic, so seeing that lightning strike hit all those horns, and just seeing all those horns sticking up there, would that strike go through those horns? Or was that a Hollywood type?
Well, I imagine you gotta always factor in a little bit of Hollywood, but yeah, that lightning needs to be ground. When that happened to that Paiute Indian, we were gathering wild horses for the BLM on my dad's lease in Reno, and he was way up in front of us. In fact, we didn't know about it, but the helicopter told us. This is the bad little point every year anyway, huh?
Hey, that's your brother. Took me off on a tree. sorry, Uncle. Pay back sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
You done took me off on a tree.
Oh, I remember getting clotheslined as a kid.
about the difference in our saddles.
Yeah, you might have to ask these guys. A lot of tradition.
Right.
Different country, different centuries, different culture. But I can tell you this, whether you're a vaquero or American cowboy, everything has purpose, you know?
Well, I know a lot of our, we think about it, we talk about the Western culture, but we got to remember the cowboy came from the vaqueros out of Mexico and Spain. a lot of that traditional. We've seen these guys twirling the ropes and working the cattle. I mean, that's what they did when they brought those cattle in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And again, you know, they brought it over here. We picked it up. You can't leave out our African American cowboy brothers, and there's a lot of rich history and a lot of ways to do things. But at the end of the day, I think it's the best thing is we should be teachable and understand why we do that, no matter what your discipline is, rancher, roper, you know. But the times that we live in now, a lot of that stuff is carried forward.
Well, a lot of it too, but that's kind of where the rodeo came from, right? To find out who had the best.
Yeah, they would have a little bit of bragging rights. Say you're riding for an outfit and they had a horse that nobody could ride, and they kind of challenged their neighboring outfits and brought them to town and got on them, and that's really where the Wild West shows began. And then we began to add a lot of different events to it. You got your bulldogging, bronc riding, Bramer bull riding, all those things begin to start to evolve and add to the 7 official events that we have today, maybe 8 if you add the breakaway roping.
Johnny, we made it to the end, brother.
We did.
How's that? How'd it go for you?
Well, we went good right there at the end. We had a little problem, but we got through it.
Yeah, everybody. I think everybody was a little tired at the end.
I think she got scanned up a little bit.
There you go. Good ride, brother.
So it looks like we got everybody in safely from this year's cattle drive. I'm with a good friend of mine, Mr. Brooke Worthington from the Parker County Sheriff's Posse Association. Brooke, how did it go today?
Oh, it went great. It was very non-confrontational like last year. Last year we had several runaways we had to corral, but today was very smooth.
Absolutely.
Very smooth.
Well, my friend, he's got a podcast called Small Town America. We're talking about the heritage of the America West this week. What does it mean to see the young people come out and support the rodeo and keep the heritage of what we're doing alive?
It's fantastic to see them come out. You know, for so long there, it looked like people were kind of turning a different direction in terms of following our Western heritage in Parker County in Texas, and they're coming out. I don't know what's bringing them out, but maybe it's the fact that they realize that this is what we were based on. This is what Texas was founded on. So, and we at one time used to be the livestock capital of the world. So,
you don't think it has anything to do with our little friend Taylor Sheridan in Yellowstone, do you?
I think there's a little following there behind him. Yeah.
What year is this for the Parker County Rodeo? Is it 76? 76, so a lot of history here. And
75 was very big on behalf of the Sheriff's Posse last year, and we look forward to continuing to make every year a big year because there's a lot of heritage here.
All right, hey there, Small Town America. So we just, we just did the cattle drive, drove the cows in all the way. I can't thank Tommy enough for loaning me a horse. And One-Eyed Jack right here, he looked like Willie Nelson with his bandana, because he actually does have one eye. And I just got to tell you, sometimes just because we have an injury or a disability or an ailment doesn't mean that we're not useful. Because me and him, we just herded a whole mess of cattle in. So stay tuned.